Hey everyone, we're here live with comedian Carlos Mencia. How are you doing?
I'm good, man.
Yeah?
I'm good.
Yeah?
Dude, this is so weird. Like I've lived long enough to have to do 2 interviews. You got to do 2 interviews for the same thing. It just never used to be like that, man. It's so bizarre,
it's
dude.
It's 2 different audiences.
No, I totally get it, dude.
Yeah.
I totally get it.
Yeah.
I feel bad. I mean, I don't do it all the time, but I feel bad for some of the talent who were like, they're up there for an hour or two, blah, 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 and then after they got to be like, so what's going on, Betsy? Yeah, I like Trader Joe's. I go there sometimes. Yeah, it's quite organic. Oh, where you shop is good too. Fresh vegetables, it's so bizarre.
I know, it's weird,
because it gives this false feeling that people actually give a rat's ass on what I like or think.
Doing.
Right.
They do. Some people do.
I get it.
Yeah.
But then again, I mean, it's like my brother posts like a dish of what. I'm like, dude, nobody
No one
cares
what
what you're eating.
Uh-huh.
Nobody, I mean, I get that maybe if I go to some restaurant, because I'm Carlos, there's going to be one person going, let's go try that place. It looked pretty good. But when my brother Albert does it, or your friend Joe, or you, Jessica, I'm sorry. Nobody cares. No. And I'm not fooling myself. Like, only 3 people care about me. That's about it. 3. If I'm lucky. So for you 3, I tried those vegetables at Trader Joe's.
Oh my gosh. Well, I can see that you are wearing your taco shirt.
Tacos are my Valentine,
Tacos
man.
are your Valentine. I love it.
Yeah.
Speaking of, what's your favorite food when you come here to Vegas?
You know what I love about Vegas, man? And I don't think that it's taken for granted by the locals, but you guys have some amazing restaurants, man. So
I know.
Every time I come back, I wish there was like, I wish I could say go here, go there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My buddy runs the kitchen at the Italian place over at Encore. I mean, at the which one is it? Which one of the 2 is it?
Win?
Is it the one? Is it the one or Encore? I think it's Encore. Yeah. So, but every time I come, it's like, hey, you gotta go check this new place out. Hey, you gotta check this new place out, and it just never stops, man.
Always good stuff, yeah.
It's
now, when
10
you're
o'clock.
in town, I mean, obviously you have your show that's coming up. We'll talk about
Right.
that here in a bit. But when you're in town, have you gone to see any other shows? And if so, what have been your favorite?
By far, my favorite show is Absinthe.
Absinthe.
By far,
yes.
that's my favorite show. That one, and I didn't realize it until Prince passed away, but the Prince show.
Oh, yeah, the tribute.
Yeah, because I used to go see it, like, because I'm a big Prince guy. I used to wear a purple suit. I actually have a purple suit.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah. That because I love him, man. He would, to me, these are 2 things that describe that artist to me. Mm-hmm. One of them is I want to go see him in concert, in the after the new millennium, and probably like probably 2005. So I want to go see him, and he played 3 hours of material, not one song that was a hit.
Wow.
All new stuff
Isn't
that nobody
amazing?
knew about.
Wow.
I went to go see him in Hawaii. He was just chilling out, and it was before he came out, because he was known by us fans as a guy who's not going to play his hits. He just didn't play his hits. Mm-hmm. And before he came out on that tour a few years ago and played all his hits, I want to go see him in Maui. And he did 3.5 hours of pure hits, and then he stopped and he said, do you guys want more? And we went crazy, and he said, I got too many hits, you can't handle it. And he played another hour of still more hits, and I was like,
that's amazing.
This guy's wow.
Yeah.
Just to have talent like that, I mean, it's crazy.
He's like genius.
He passed away because when he was awake, he wanted to be working and creating, and he wanted that so badly that he didn't know how to sleep sometimes. I mean, it's crazy how that mind just keeps going and going and going. So that's the show, because he's not here. So now I realize, like, wow, I appreciate that show. Even though I had fun when I went to go see it. But now I can appreciate it on a different level.
Yeah.
Because now it's not just like a tribute.
Yeah.
Now it's just like, you're the closest thing we have. You know?
I know. No, it's so
Right.
sad. I mean, rest in peace, but his
Right.
legacy lives on.
Oh, yeah, forever, man.
Yeah. Now, you've been here in Vegas a few times to perform.
Yes.
Can you tell us, though, what has been your wildest memory that you've had here in Vegas?
I think my wildest memory was the first time that I came to Vegas to perform, and I didn't know that there were lounge lizards. So I went and I didn't even drink at the time. So I remember I was at the Riv, and I performed, and I came down to the center bar, and I got a Diet Coke, and then this really pretty chick starts hitting on me, and I felt like, wow, this whole comedy thing is really kicking in. And, she wasn't like, there was no overt moment. Like, I watch enough television and movies that I know there's always a giveaway. There's always a moment that you can rewind and go, that's when I should have known. There was no, let's go to your room. There was no, what are you doing here? It was just, you're so funny, and oh my God. And I was like, this is great. And then when we got to the room, it was like, what? I wasn't even hurt that she was a working girl. I was just hurt that she didn't like me. For me. I felt like a chick, like, oh, I gotta wear heels for you? Is that what I gotta do? You want me to wear heels and a shirt, and then you want the thumb going up? Is that what you want? Because I'll do it if that's what you want. Well, not when you're crying like that. No, that's not what I want. Now it's creepy. Now you made it creepy.
Now you made it creepy.
Now you made my happy moment creepy.
So you're being staked out, huh?
That was, and I think that the greatest moment, and I don't even know if I should say it here, in that, and this is like that. I was so hurt and offended, but before, I literally was like, well, what are we talking about?
You completely forgot.
Because I wanted that love. I wanted, like, you'll love me for 30 minutes? Oh my God. And that's going to cost me what?
You're too much. Now, it seems like
yeah,
we're having what they're calling a Latin explosion here in Vegas. We got J-Lo.
Yeah.
At Planet Hollywood. We got
Right.
Ricky Martin,
Right.
of course, at the Park Theater now.
Mm-hmm.
We've got some other names that are being thrown around that are going to be that could be performing here. What do you think about that?
I saw a big banner for Paul Rodriguez doing the Latin Kings of Comedy too. Somewhere. I don't know exactly where it was. It might have been at the Flamingo, but check out that show. It's a great show, by the way. Great show.
So I mean, we got all the Latinos here. You
Right.
being Latino yourself. I mean, how do you feel about that?
Listen, man, I've been through so many of these waves that I started in this business in 1988, so I've seen this, many times. And here's the thing: there will never be a Latino wave, so to speak, and here's why. Because we're just not a monolithic group of people. Latinos consist of people that speak Spanish, people that speak Spanish and English, people from. You're Latino, you're considered a Latino. Think about this, right? You're considered an American if you live in the United States of America. You're considered a Latino if you're from Cuba, Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, Mexico, Belize, Guatemala, El Salvador, Honduras, Nicaragua, Costa Rica, Panama, Ecuador, Bolivia, Argentina, Paraguay, Uruguay, Chile. Dude, stop.
Dang.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And every one of those countries has something different that's their own. And that's what makes it difficult. That as much as those people are Latinos, you have some like Jessica Alba, who's of Mexican descent, who doesn't speak Spanish and doesn't identify in that respect with it. You know what I mean? So there's never gonna be a Latino explosion like that because there's always. It's kind of like like when she played Selena,
Yeah.
where a lot of Mexicans are like, man, she's Puerto Rican. How could she play a Mexican? And I was like, it's called acting. Like, yeah, sometimes Latinos play regular Americans, and you know, it's just the way it is. You just don't know, and so that explosion is difficult. Plus, let's say I write a TV show, right, about the Latino experience in America. That's not a one thing. Are there undocumented people in that experience? Are there Americans or born here or born over there in that experience? Are there Mexican experience? Are there Chicano experience? Is it Cuban experience? Is it Puerto Rican experience? Dominican experience? I mean, all those are completely different. It's a different show if it's about a Cuban who swam here, stepped a foot on America. See, what I would like to do is I would like to do a story about, or like a, yeah, it would probably be a movie about, but it couldn't be. But anyway, like I like the story of like a Puerto Rican, a Cuban, and a Mexican, right? So Puerto Ricans are legal, so they could come here no matter what. Cubans, up until recently, the wet foot, dry foot, if you swam here and we caught you, sent you back. But if you put foot on America, you got to stay. And then the undocumented who crossed Italy, like those three people in America, they're all Latinos. But you put them in one group, and they're completely different stories about a different people, different culture. They speak differently. Their tone is different. They use different words to describe the same thing. And so that was the experience. That was one of my issues growing up. That thank God it has gone away. That it was much more segmented when I was younger. When I was younger, the whole you're Mexican, you're Cuban, Puerto Rican was a bigger issue. Today, Latino is different. Like when I was doing Mind of Mencia, I was gonna do a sketch where I had a Mexican, a Cuban, and a Puerto Rican all arguing, because this happens, by the way, on which one of those three is at the top of the totem pole of Latinos in the United States. And I wanted those three guys to be arguing, and then a guy in a hood with a KKK comes and shoots them all.
Oh my God.
Just to let them know, like, you can be different to yourself, but other people, you're all the same. And then there's a black guy who laughs, and then he gets shot too.
Oh my God.
Because the black guy's like, oh, y'all did, you know, like, so but we never got it past, I don't know what stage it was, but yeah, but see, like, to me, that's funny, and it's honest, and it's real. The problem is that a lot of people, you know, look, in America, we have such great lives that we want every part of our lives to be perfect. Every part of our lives to be, you know, don't say anything that's gonna rock my world or make me feel weird, or you know what I'm saying. It's kind of like everything is blown out of proportion. Oh my God, you're not gonna believe what somebody said at work. Oh, they told a joke. Is that what happened at work? But it was offensive and it hurt my soul. Really? A joke hurts your soul? You know, knock knock. Oh my God, who's there? Nobody. It's a joke. Like it's just no. Seriously, and I hate the double standards. You know what I mean? I hate that one comic can't go up there and do black jokes, or right now it's gay jokes. Right now, if you go to a gay comedy show, every negative word that we can't use, they use toward each other. Oh my God, my friend Eric is such an F word. You know what I mean? And then when somebody else does it as a joke, oh my God, he's a sexist. And it's like, can we relax, man? Like, just chill. Words are not bombs, you know? Words are not... You know, when people come to my show and I say something offensive, they don't get dragged out the aisle. You know what I mean? They're not getting water hosed. I mean, there's so much lack of perspective in this country. Yeah. And here's what I found out recently. I found out that like 80% of Americans never leave this country.
Wow. Yeah.
So those people think that this is normal. Like me, for example. I drove here last night. I came over the 15. I saw that, you know, you could see the glow from like 45 minutes away.
Yeah.
And to me, I was just like, ooh, there's Vegas. You know what I mean? There's Vegas. That was just, but I was with my friend who'd never been to Vegas, who just came to America for the first time. And he was just like the whole 45 minutes. The lights are getting brighter. They're getting, how big is this? I mean, and when he saw, he was like, it's 3 o'clock in the morning and there's people walking and the lights are on. Yeah, the lights are on. It's night. What are you talking? You know, the things that the things that we don't see that he sees, because he freaked out because he comes from, even though he speaks a little bit of English because my dad taught him. He's from the jungles of Central America.
Wow.
All right? So he'd never seen a toilet that flushes itself.
Wow.
He ran out. Was like, somebody's in the bathroom, but they're hiding. And I was like, what? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Mira, I went to do the bathroom and then it just by itself. I didn't touch it. I'm like, it's okay, dude. It's just, it's okay.
It's not used to it.
Yeah. But like we take all that stuff for granted. You know what I mean? We take for granted that other countries, like I was in Nicaragua and we were digging wells so that these people didn't have to walk miles. Well, women especially. They get 5-gallon buckets and they walk a few miles to the river, fill it with water, put it on their head, and then balance it on their head and come back home. Like, that's the water they drink. That's the water they wash dishes with. That's like the water they bathe in. That's it.
Yeah.
And so we dig a hole and then we put a pup in, create a pump, and water comes out.
Yeah.
Now, somebody, one of the engineers puts a little bit of water in a vial and puts some drops in there and shakes it up. And I'm like, what are you looking at? He's like, I'm just trying to see how contaminated this water is, because we can't cure it for them. So this water is probably gonna give these kids like worms and stuff. They were just seeing how bad it is. But they were happy. Yeah. Everybody in the village is like, we have water. Right. Yeah. And I'm like, man, I don't even drink Dasani. Like, that's how, like, because I came back to America and I looked at the fridge at my local Save Mart, whatever it was, and it's just aisles of water, and I'm sitting, do I want the Nestle? Do I want the Dasani? Do I want the Smart Water? I'm a more Fiji guy, but that Voss with the glass, I'm not sure. And then I see the kids, bathing in water that's brown, that's gonna give them worms, but they're like, I'm not thirsty anymore. I have worms, but I'm not thirsty. And those kind of things make you, they make you a better person. And most of us don't get to see that. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. Most of us don't see that perspective anymore. Right. Here's perspective for you, right?
All right, here we go.
And this is gonna sound really messed up, but this is a true story. So a buddy of mine, African American, wanted to find out where he's from. So he did he did the 23andMe thing, and he found out where he's from. And he went to the part of Africa where he found out like that his family is from. And when he came back, he said to me, I'm happy that I did that. That was the most amazing thing ever. But Carlos, if I had a time machine and I could stop my ancestors from becoming slaves, I wouldn't. Because I am so happy that I'm in America and that I didn't have to grow up where they grew up. And I was like, wow. I mean, most people would not understand that. Most people would say, what are you talking about? Don't you wish that? But he was just like, I'm here, man. Thank God. And he had been
because of their sacrifice.
Yeah. But the funny thing was, I told him, he's the same friend that's always been telling me, why don't you like do jokes about Honduras and how cool Honduras, how come you always talk about how great America is? And I'm like, because it is. And if I was in Honduras, I wouldn't be this guy. I would be some funny dude milking a cow. I would be that guy that's like, hey man, if you get him drunk, he's fine. Like, that would be me. And this is not. So I just have a different perspective than most people do. And I think that we would be healthier if most people had the ability to expand that, but we don't. And and we think we're smart because we have these. And this has made us dumber because we have access to information easily now, but now we don't know what information is real, what information is not, and we have no common sense.
Yeah.
I mean, none whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
Like the fact that people fall for fake news just goes to show you. Like 99% of all that stuff could never, ever remotely be true.
Mm-hmm.
And yet,
People believe it.
But they want to believe it,
Yeah.
and they're gullible and stupid enough to believe. I don't know when duh became normal, but it happened somewhere in my lifetime, man. And there's nothing wrong with intellectual mediocrity. I don't mind that. It's just at least know what you are.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, know who you are.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if I died today, I would be a good talent that died probably too soon to show who I was going to become. But I would never say to myself, "Well, Don Rickles and just died, and man, when I die, I'm not Don Rickles."
Mm-hmm.
I get, like, you got to know who you are, and people just don't know that. Nobody does ever. And with this younger generation, oh my God, you're the worst, man. Oh, you guys are the worst. You guys are my nightmare, man.
Oh shoot.
Because you guys think that showing up is a reason to be rewarded. I'm serious, man. Every one of my friends, including myself, our biggest problem is after 6 months, can I get a raise?
Mm-hmm. A lot of privilege. They think they're privileged.
No, not yet.
Yeah.
Well, but I show up to work every day. You're supposed to. Yeah, but I'm never late. You're not supposed to be late.
Right.
Yeah, but I showed up, and I'm here, and it's 6 months, and it's like that's not how it works.
Yeah.
You gotta show me productivity. You gotta show me why you're better than the guy next to you. But then again, the guy next to you is probably just like you. So he's going, well, I've been here for 5.5 months, and I'm waiting for my raise too. It's like, oh wow, this is crazy.
It's crazy. Yeah.
The world gives me all this beautiful color.
Yeah.
All I have to do is paint it.
Yeah.
Like, it never stops.
Yeah,
like,
I love that, though.
We've been on for I don't know how long. It's never stopped. It never stops.
It never stops.
So I'm gonna stop it before.
All right. Let's talk about your show though. What can people expect? Where's it gonna be at? Give us the lowdown.
Aliante Casino. It's Friday and Saturday. I believe the shows are sold out. So if you're gonna get tickets, you got to get them through. I don't know. Whatever other outlets you got. But you know what? Don't expect anything with me.
Yeah.
That's my show. Expect that if you've seen me before, this is not gonna be the same because it never is.
Yeah.
And just sit down, man. I'm a roller coaster. Yeah. I'm a roller coaster that every time you ride it, it's different.
Yeah.
Every time you get on, and I actually have more people, not upset, and not even disappointed. Just like, man, I told 5 people that one joke you told last time about the creepy chicken. Oh my God, you gotta do that joke again. And I'm like, well, I did it for like a year and a half, maybe 2 years. That's way long for a joke for me. I can't do it anymore. It just feels old. And they're like, no, it was great. I already told them about the creepy chicken. And so then I have to like do a little version of it for them. Yeah. Then I tell them it's because whatever. But then, because my jokes it's not just about the joke. It's about how you get to that. What does it mean? What's the context of it? There's not. So yeah, you can't. I have no idea what I'm about to say when they're saying my name.
Yeah.
When they go, Carlos Mencia, that moment right there,
Yeah.
I have no clue what I'm gonna go on stage and say.
Wow. So yeah.
It just
happens.
Look at it this way. I have a bunch of jokes that I know. I have a bunch of ideas, and they're like Legos.
Yeah.
So I'm a little kid.
Yeah.
When I'm up on stage, I just throw a bunch of Legos, and I look at the audience, and I'm like, what do you want me to build? You know what I mean? And based on their laughter, I build one thing or another. And sometimes they get offended at this, and I'll be like, well, if you're offended at this, you're going to be way offended at that. So let me ease you into this process really quick. Let me show you why this is,
Let's build a bridge.
Yeah. And then you finally do it, and they're ready. You know what I mean? And they're like, all right, we've been having regular sex for a while. Let's get creepy. You know what I mean? And then that's when it's like, all right, let's get to the next level here. So I don't know other than it's a ride.
Yeah.
And especially if you just let it go.
Yeah.
one of the funnest shows you'll ever see.
Oh, there you go. Well, fasten your seatbelts, everyone, and check out Carlos Mencia this weekend. Carlos, thank you so much for joining us. And, man, you're getting deep today. I wasn't expecting that. I like your perspective, though. All right, we'll see you, buddy.
Thanks, man.